Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you first to everyone who's been watching our videos, listening to our podcasts, sending us messages of support. We really appreciate it. We didn't know that we were going to, sort of like connect with so many people, so many wonderful people who relate and understand and wish there was more of this. Yes, it's taken us a bit of time because obviously it's not so easy, but at the same time, it's something that my wife and I wanted to do for such a long time, which was to not only connect with people, but to sort of inspire and help people create the life that they want and be happy with who they are. Because I think that's what we felt sort of as we were getting older. That are we happy with who we are? Are we happy with the life that we sort of like chosen? Are we heading in the right direction? There was this thing when we were younger of who we were told that we had to be, the things that we had to do, the way that we had to think. Then when you're by yourself and you're actually trying to live that, you're trying to implement that, you realize that it's not always working for you. It might work for others, but you don't see things in the same way that other people do. You start self-doubting yourself. You start thinking that there's something wrong with you. You start thinking that you need fixing. How do you fit in? And, because that's all you knew. There was nothing else. There was never many choices given, of what you can do, which way you can go. You took from whatever you heard from the people around you. And, many times you try to please people who you love and care about. And I think as the journey of ours went on, we sort of started seeing ourselves as it's okay not to be the same. It's okay to be different. It's okay to not fit in. It wasn't easy. And that's one thing we speak about. And that's what I think other people usually feel, because you grow up in a home. There's always a blueprint for your life. And we all try our best to live by it. Because we know nothing else. We wish and we hope that the people around us know, well, we look up to them, so we assume that they know better, but they just know as much as they know of whoever taught them, and they do the best that they can. But sometimes the best that they do isn't always great for every single person in the home. Just like being in school, basically. I mean, you can have one teacher standing in front of 30 pupils. Each of those pupils, some will listen, some won't. Some will understand, others won't. And even the ones that do listen and understand, they don't take everything in the same way. They don't have the same professions. They don't go on the same journey, even though they're in the same classes and have the same teachers. Because at home the environment's different, and their mind works differently. And that's where even now we live in a world where everyone seems to think and believe they know what's best for us, and we listen to it quite a lot. And I understand, because when you don't know yourself and you don't know what's best for you and you don't know what makes you happy or what you should be doing, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking for answers from people that don't even know us, hoping that we find people that relate to us. So, like first we looked up at our parents or our teachers or our uncles and aunts, people around in our society, who we looked at and we thought they know more about us than we do. And they always directed us on which way to go and what to do and who to be. And then obviously then that happens in schools, colleges, university, and then our job. And it sort of continues. Now you can be in your 40s and you can be in your 50s, and still you could be listening to podcasts like this one, or other things. You could be about your mental health, it could be about your fitness, it could be about your diet, your relationships, and you're more or less looking at other so-called experts who are in that field and searching for answers, hoping that something will change. And they'll give you all the results and all the figures of stats that, people that they've tested in all these kind of things. And we take those on and we're thinking, well, what worked for them could work for us. Not understanding that many of these people probably didn't come from the same background as us. They didn't come from the same society as us, same upbringing, same parents, same family environment. And we don't even know who they done these sort of tests on, to get these kind of results. Recently, I heard a podcast where someone said that they were trying to look at how our emotions are and how these emotions get formed when we're younger through our relationships with our parents. So they've done these tests on children with parents to see how, they'll be affected and how they will respond later on in life. And what they realized was for such a long time, they knew about abandonment and various other, feelings and emotions that a child might go through, and then they came to a conclusion, but this was in the Western world. And when they done the same test in the East, they realized that the results were totally different. And it didn't mean that those children were going to be bad or they're going to feel like, they had avoidance, abandonment issues. Many of them were still close to their families. What they realized was it was like two different worlds, two different backgrounds, two different ways of upbringing. And even that, sometimes when we look at diets, look at nutrition, it depends where the scientists come from and who they've done the tests on. It doesn't seem like they're always picking people from all areas of the world, from different communities, different societies, different religions, and then putting them all together and then giving us facts and figures relating to, divorces, issues, traumas, diets and this, that and the other. It seems like, we just get numbers. These are the numbers, these are the figures, and these are the results. And then everyone else thinks that it's one size fits all, which it isn't. And I think that's what happens with our life. We keep on looking for answers from people or who we look at know better than us to tell us how to live, who to be, what's right for us, what's best for us, how we should look, what we should wear, what we should eat, who we should marry, what our relationship should be like, how we should be as parents. The truth is, I don't think that they all have a foggiest clue or idea what's best for you or what's best for me. They, try things, do things, see what other people are doing, see what's working for someone, what might not be working for someone else. And I think we can do that ourselves, for ourselves. Looking at what we eat, if it doesn't make us happy, then why isn't it making us happy? What things should we be eating? What things do we enjoy? It is one life. There's no guarantee how long everyone's going to be around, regardless of you guys being on a healthy diet, training every day for hours on end, being with someone who's amazing. You can have all that and still not be around. I think the main thing is it's like always having people to look up to for guidance, that we've continuously tried to look for people that don't really know us for guidance. But because when we were younger, not everyone, but many people couldn't actually talk and ask or, anyone who they feel safe with, that I don't want to follow this path. I don't want to eat this food. I don't want to do this. And this is my true feelings of why I want to try different things. And, that communication, that understanding, I think there's, if you've got that, that's great between father, mother with their kids or, partners or friends. I think because we haven't had that now, even now, we don't want to talk about mental health with our partners or with anyone else because of judgment or, again, thinking, well, what they're going to know, they ain't going to know the answers. We can go to doctors and other people. They can tell us what's best for us or what we should be eating, not what medicine we should take. You got to be honest. You don't always listen either to them because you always feel like, well, what do they know? And it's the same with everything. Sometimes you'll take it, some people will take it, and that's how their life is always. Some people need guidance, some people need direction, and but majority of us, we want to be happy with who we are, regardless of what size we are, what color we are, what our age, our ethnicity, our sex, whatever it might be. And we want to be happy in our life. It's when we start looking at everyone else and we look at people look a certain way, dress a certain way, be a certain way, and we're thinking that there's something missing in our life. We start comparing, we stop being happy, or we trying our best to be something that we're not, to please people. Could be our parents, could be our partners. Sometimes it could be our kids. We're trying to be, our children are telling us to be something and we don't feel comfortable. You know, it's not what we want to do, but we feel that that's what we're supposed to do, what our job is. It's like we've given these roles of mum, dad, brother, sister, friend, husband, wife, kids. We've given these sort of roles and we've written next to them, like if it was a movie, that this is the character you got to play. And the character's job and role is X, Y, and Z. And we're trying to perform these roles according to a script that who knows made, you know. And then when we're not fulfilling those roles in that sort of manner, other people get unhappy, upset. You feel unhappy and upset. Sometimes you can give your best to them in a total different way, but because there's no understanding in that, you feel that you're doing something wrong. They look at you like if you're doing something wrong. Certainly if you're not doing the same things that your siblings are doing, or you're not doing what other husbands or, you know, brothers or sons or fathers are doing. Again, you don't know what's happening in their households. You don't know what's working and what's not. But we all somehow think that everyone else has got it all figured out, or, you know, have probably got it better than us. And we try to do things that other people are doing, and it don't always work. And then we're wondering what's wrong with us. Why isn't it working for us? Why aren't our relationships better? Why isn't our business working? You know, what's happening with our career? It's like now, Sureet and I, like I said, want to do so many different videos together and by ourselves. And it is more or less about the growth that we've had from where we were, our kind of thinking that we had, from the background that we had, and then trying to sort of implement that into our relationship and find out it wasn't working. And we're clashing with these two different upbringings and backgrounds, and also the society, sort of like community and, you know, the norms kind of thing. And going, why isn't this working for us? Why isn't this working for us with our children? And then we decided that this sort of generational sort of upbringing, something is adjusting, something is changing. It might not work, but we've seen everyone else doing similar to what we already have. So let's give something else a go. Let's try something new. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then hey, here's what it was. The other thing wasn't working for us either. So as we've done this, yes, we've sort of like tried to raise our kids in a total different way, and like to be themselves, to find themselves, to do what makes them happy, and, you know, to find their careers, not to live for us, but to live for themselves. But at the same time, trying to say to them that we're doing the same too. We deserve to self-love, self-acceptance, be ourselves, and it's our life, one life as well. We're there for you guys, and we're there for each other, but we also need to be happy in ourselves, because if we're happy in ourselves, then we can be there for you a lot more. And, you know, we can sort of share that with each other. And if long as we're genuine to who we are, we're not playing these roles to please each other. So if you're not happy with who I am and how I am, then maybe it's best if we do our own individual thing. It doesn't mean that you don't love and care about each other, but we can have different journeys. Most of the time what happens with people is we're too afraid. We're too afraid of speaking up. We're too afraid of sharing how we feel. We're too afraid of saying to people that we like to do different things, be different. And, you know, it doesn't mean I don't care. It doesn't mean I don't love you. And it doesn't mean that you don't matter, or your opinions and your thoughts don't matter. It just means that we're different. And, you know, we should be able to accept each other for who we are. Okay, maybe we can't be in the same space all the time. Because of that, But then that is life. That's what it is. You've got to find your own sort of people, your own tribe, people who understand you, people you don't have to try to fit in with, that they just know, you know. And I think that's what we're trying to do with this whole podcast, and helping all the people that felt like they've been lost for such a long time because they didn't even know who they were. They didn't know the kind of life they wanted. They married who they were told to marry. They studied what they were told to study. You know, they tried to raise their children the way that everyone else was raising them, or they were told to raise, or what they believed they were right from what everyone else was saying, or what they saw, and or what they thought love is or marriages are, what kind of career you should have, how much money you should make, what kind of, you know, look you should be in, and physique. And I think that's the thing. I just want to break all that. I just want to, like, you know, make everyone feel that you should be, if you're happy in who you are, then nothing else should matter. And it doesn't mean be selfish or be greedy or, you know, be rude and unkind to people. I'm not saying that, you know. You have to still be kind to people. That's one thing, a gift that you have. You can be kind to people, but yet still have your boundaries. You can still be good to others and still say no, and, you know, be yourself. It doesn't mean you treat people like crap just because all of a sudden you want to stand up for yourself. Fair enough, you know, there's some people that might need to hear the harsh truths to the people who actually don't want to listen and understand. But again, you know, don't allow those people to make you become a bad person or a bully, or, you know, just because you want to stand up for yourself, it doesn't mean all of a sudden you become sort of guns blazing and, you know, treat everyone else badly. I'm not saying that. It's more or less going, look, I just want you to understand me and accept me for who I am. I want to live life in a total different way. I want to be happy with who I am, and I want you to be happy with who you are. Accept each other for being different, being who we are, kind of thing. But getting on with your lives, live and let live, and, you know, knowing, not allowing anyone to tell you that what you're doing is wrong or it's going to be bad, because long as you're happy doing it, it shouldn't make a difference, you know. Obviously, when it comes to kids and things like that, there's some things, yeah, there's guidance. I'm not being saying be stupid and stuff. I mean, like, if you got a partner who's drinking every night, like, you know, gallons and gallons, that isn't, oh God, and turns around and says, well, it makes me happy. It doesn't mean you go, oh, okay. I don't mean that kind of thing. It's a bit of common sense on that kind of stuff. It's just about sort of real life situations, in the sense that, you know, sometimes we don't make the options and choices that we should have done because we didn't know anything better. We ask guidance and advice from people who don't know us and don't know even anything better. So sometimes it's about looking within, you know, who am I? What is it that I want? What doesn't work for me? What is it that I wish I did differently? What is it that I wish I didn't do now? Do I want to train? If so, why? Is it because of fitness, or I want to get into shape? What is the reason? Because one size doesn't fit all. You know, will I actually enjoy it? And the same with the food, same with the partner, like, you know, finding a partner, being with someone. Am I raising, like, you know, you'll ask one person and you'll say, don't spoil your children. And then you ask a parent whose kid might not be well, and you know what, they'll do anything for them to support them, you know, any moment that they can, you know, because they just want their kid to be there. Everyone goes through different things, different circumstances. Our thoughts work with whatever's happening around us in our lives. So nobody else out there understands our relationship with our partner, our relationship with our children, our relationship with our parents. They just judge and criticize and advise according to what's happening in their home, or what they see is that's working for them, or what they believe to be true to the blueprint that they were told. But they don't know you. They don't know your life. They don't know your relationships. Nobody does, not even the people who are creating these podcasts like myself, you know, giving advice, getting all the experts on, having these conversations, and people telling you what you should do. They don't know you. You know you. You know, inside you know what's best for you. But sometimes the only problem is we've been told not to listen to ourselves. We've been told that that other people probably know better than us. We've been told that if we listen to ourselves, make choices to make us feel happy, then we're being selfish. It's not true. That's self-love, that's a self-acceptance, that's understanding. Because if you can make yourself feel good and you can make yourself feel happy, then trust me, you'll be able to give a lot more to the people that matter in your life. You'll be able to love them a lot more, and they will actually love you for being the genuine, true person that you are. And I think that is the thing, that's the message that Sureet and I want to sort of give from what we're trying to create, is to help people find that within them, help people live the life that they truly want, not what everyone else is living or buying what everyone else is buying, or what people think, you know, they should have that, other people have that, or bring happiness and joy into them. Because not every single person wants to go out and party or buy designer wear, materialistic things. Some people are happy with a cup of tea, biscuit, reading a book, you know, or watching Netflix. It's your life. You know, not everyone has to strive to try to hustle and grind and make millions, because there's people will tell you, even the people who are doing that, not every single one of them is happy. Not every single person who's in great shape, going to the gym 5 hours a day, eating the best food, is happy. But people are doing it because they, again, want to fit in. They feel that things, they have to achieve something, they got to be doing. We're all individual, we're all different. And it's about understanding us. Then we can start becoming happy. You know, and that's the message, if we can give to our children, to our partners, to the people, our friends and people around us. You be you. Be happy with you. You do things the way that you want to do them. Make your mistakes. Learn from them. See what works, see what doesn't. Take those risks. And if it brings you joy, then great. If it doesn't, then move on and do something else. Anyway, guys, deep one, I guess. But it's a beginning. I didn't know where I was going to start from this. But anyway, hopefully this video, this podcast has, helped in some way some of you out there. And if you guys want more, just let me know, DM me. And obviously I've got a lot that I want to talk about and share, and hopefully I can help you guys out creating the life that you want, being happy with who you are. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Take care. See you soon.